Now remember, in this world everything is cyclic. So you have oxygen becoming carbon dioxide, and this cycle goes on and on with the help of plants and animals. And you must realize one thing in this world, that these cycles that last from 10 raised to minus 15 seconds to 10 raised to 18 seconds are all interlinked. You are not alone in this world. So the more waste you generate, you must realize somewhere, someplace it is going to hit you. The waste that can be generated or the poison that is there in a cell phone can kill a child. That's the level of poison that you have in that. So in this vast darkness of space, you have this beautiful earth from which you extract, you process, you manufacture, you use, and you discard. This has been the cycle that humans have followed since time immemorial. And if you look at life of an animal, this is the life of an animal. A tiger, a lion, a dog, it's in the wild. Follows this cycle. It doesn't, when I say manufacture it's not really manufacturing anything, but it's processing what it extracted from earth and using it to, and then finally discards what is left. Does a tiger or a lion or a dog leave a trail of its life in this planet? Answer is no. But human beings are leaving big trail because we have changed our style of extraction. What we used to extract from the world has changed. Now I'll come to that a little later. So this is what is called the open cycle. And nowadays people talk because of the large amount of trash being handled by the world which cannot be handled, and because of the shortage of materials, you're talking of these cycles where you recondition, remanufacture, reuse, whatever you want to call it. It's called the closed cycle or the recycling thing that is being done. So you have two kinds of cycles, the closed cycles and the open cycles. So when do we close a cycle? How should design or how should science and technology go into this? If the cycle is open, in other words, you extract something from the earth and you discard it off, the extraction to disposal should be equal to the time of replenishment. In other words, if you extract something that is not replenished, it's something that should be not discarded. If it is something that you extract from the world that is being replenished, then your extraction should not be greater than the way rate it is replenished. So crude oil, for example, is considered a non-renewable resource. Yeah, that's not the truth. The truth is crude oil is a renewable resource because nature made it. But the problem is we are extracting crude oil at a rate which the world cannot replenish. So you can use firewood for creating energy or whatever you want, but if you start cutting firewood or trees at the rate faster than it grows, then the planet will look similar to my head, plain, clean. So you must realize, if the material is replenishable, its rate of extraction should not be greater than the rate at which it is replenished. Okay? So if it is something that cannot be replenished, the cycle has to be closed. You extract it, and once you extract it, you should not throw it back because it becomes a problem. So open or closed is basically with respect to time scale. So either you have open cycles which can be made close if you reduce the rate of extraction. So what time scale do you ask for? Sensible thing is the farthest you can see. So for example, you take nuclear energy, which many people are going for. We need nuclear energy. I'm not saying we don't need. But the problem is, you must realize this nuclear energy is completely an open cycle. Once uranium becomes its byproduct, you cannot get it back. It cannot be recycled. It has to be discarded. And unless you come up with methods to safely discard it which doesn't create problems for the environment, you should not be using nuclear energy. So if it cannot be replenished, it has to be recycled. 100% recycled. Imagine such a situation calls for a complete change in lifestyle. Inevitable, if we don't, nature will make us do it. And it also calls for a complete change in the process of design and development. You need to design products which can be 100% recycled. If the material used in the product is not replenishable. Unfortunately, if you look around you, none of the products are of that class. We talk of the three major changes: transportation, communication, and energy. All of them do not fall in this category, and we cannot sustain it. So this is always a challenge to scientists and engineers, and this is what science and technology should address. So the message is, science without sustainability and sustainability without science are both meaningless. Close the cycle. These should be the cornerstones of development. And I dare make the statement that efficiency and power are secondary. There's no point in having a more efficient system. A good example is our cars. We got much more efficient cars than what we had 40 years back. But the pollution levels have gone up simply because it is inherently an open cycle. So you cannot avoid it. Even if you make a super efficient car which gives you 80 miles per gallon or 100 miles per gallon, 100 kilometers per liter, whatever you want, you still will increase pollution on this earth. Because it's an open cycle. So physical sustainability means product sustainability. Every part has to be sustainable, every process has to be sustainable. Minimization of use of material, energy and ease of processing are the basic requirements. Another reason why lesser materialism is important, this is something that all the young people should realize. It was written many millennium before, and which Swami Vivekananda considered as one of the greatest pieces of work. Dwelling on sense objects, one develops attachment to them. From this attachment springs desire. From desire unfulfilled ensures anger. From anger arises delusion. And from delusion of confusion of memory starts. And confusion of memory, loss of reason. And from loss of reason one goes to complete ruin. Do you know where I picked this up from? It's the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः संगस्तेषु उपजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहः प्रतिभंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशः विनश्यति. Beautiful.